the reality is that we need to learn how to chill out and take some time sometimes.
That's right.
Yeah,
So we can already tell Pastor Siner's trying to rush through things.
I am.
So everybody breathe.
Yeah.
We're about ready to hear a good word. And the reason I'm going ahead and taking some time because it has to do with what I'm about to say. I don't like to rush things when things are important.
Amen.
Now, if it's just announcements and stuff, I'd rather just be on my phone flipping through Facebook. So, I never had a problem telling the truth. But today is very important. We've already saw a great example. Here's the thing. I wanted to introduce Pastor Bulger because I want everyone in this place, I want to publicly announce and I want everyone to know how important he's been in my life because I don't think I've ever done this publicly. Don't underestimate the value that you give to someone. Don't undervalue it. So today, I've had such a wonderful life, and a lot of it goes all the way back to my early 20s when Pastor Bulger first started coming to the church. The first great exciting moment, and I'm not going to take that long, I promise, but I do want to express this because this is the moment to express it. The first great moment I had in my life with Brother Bulger that elevated me was when we were in a 3-on-3 tournament and I blocked his shot. So, thank you for that. Thank you for that. Now, that was the one time that I was able to do that, then the other times I don't want to talk about. No, but seriously, he was around here a little more and I got to know him a little bit. And I hated to read. I was not into academics. I was just into living life, doing my thing. He told me about a guy named John Maxwell, and he gave me a book. This will make sense in a second. But he gave me a book, and he said, "You've got to read this, man. They have him come to this XYZ conference, and you got to read this book." And so I did. He let me borrow this book. I actually found that book, the actual original copy, and I bought it at Goodwill so I could put it on a shelf to remind myself about it. But that moment might have been so insignificant to him. But in that moment, I learned to love to read. And I began to devour books. I learned to love leadership. I learned to appreciate John Maxwell. Since that time, because of the impact that Pastor Bulger had in my life just in that moment, I've ran for office because I've learned to read and I've learned to love leadership. I've won some elections. I went to the Colson Fellows, a year-long course, and am now a commissioned Colson Fellow. If you just have to look it up to realize what that is. I now teach John Maxwell classes, and I'm almost a certified trainer in the John Maxwell team. I have now a few credits away from a psychology degree. All of this and all the other things in my life, from my wanting to be a good father, to wanting to be a good husband, to just appreciating family, and you guys see him around his kids and grandkids. But all of this, everything, all of it that it's amounted to today is because of that moment he took with me and just simply said, "Read this." And that is the birth of everything. And so don't underestimate the value that you have and the impact that you have in somebody's life, because you may never know what you've done for them. But time will tell, and we'll receive our reward in heaven, right, for what we've done. But I'm glad to have this opportunity, and thank you for taking the time with me in this service.